Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and this is the review to my blind commentary, blind reaction to the first episode of Teen Titans. This is the final exam, the first episode of a series that I have been wanting to jump into for literally probably at least half a decade, at least. As far as my YouTube channel, this was one of the first shows that I considered doing reactions to, so it's actually kind of crazy that I have not gotten around to it until now. But it was just one of those that I've always planned to do, had full intentions to do, and have just kind of put off for one reason or another. A lot of times just to do stuff that was more current or, for whatever other reasons. But this was actually a show that I considered when I started Ben 10 and Adventure Time, my first non-MLP series, Series 2 and 3 on the channel. This was another series that I considered in that, and I'm very happy that I didn't do it, no offense, because those shows, and in both of those cases, I'm kind of glad that I never got too far with those shows, because like I said, my videos weren't good back then, for the most part, with a few exceptions perhaps. So I'm kind of glad I'm getting to it now when I feel like being older and all that, I feel like I'll have a deeper appreciation for the series, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So, normally in a review for a series, what I do is I just I take a screenshot from the episodes, and I take a screenshot from the episode and I just talk over it, and I talk about random stuff for, about 7 to 15 minutes or so, and I just talk about, sometimes I talk about the episode, sometimes I go on tangents about it, and then the full reaction is down below in the description. Mega if you want to download it, Breach if you want to stream it, don't worry too much about quality. And then I usually like to have a third link, but right now I'm kind of in between sites trying to find a good site for a third potential site, so we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely really enjoying I'm really enjoying these episodes, and I'm really excited for more, because I say episodes in plural when I only seen one, lol. But I am gonna watch some more Teen Titans pretty soon, so that's exciting. But I'm very excited for this series. This is probably, of all the series I've ever done, this is probably the series I went into with the most prior knowledge about it, because, well, besides MLP and Rick and Morty, because those shows I didn't start from episode 1, I started from a later point, but with every other series I've done, I've started from the very beginning, and very rarely do I know much about a show, besides maybe a character designs or stuff, but I do know some stuff about Teen Titans. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I have random comic knowledge from both DC and Marvel, from between all the movies that I've seen about it, as well as just a bunch of random stuff relating to comics that I've also seen. But, like I said, because this is the first reaction to Teen Titans, and this is the first review that I've done for a new series, I figured I might as well do the video like this, so you guys can see me, you guys can see what's up, and you understand and listen to me explain that yes, the YouTube video isn't really much, and then down below in the description is the proper reaction that you guys can watch. If you are new to the channel, that is what I do for shows that I can't put full reactions up on YouTube for. Assassination Classroom and RWBY, I can do that, but currently none of the other stuff I'm doing I can do that. So for ReZero, Teen Titans, She-Ra, and Hunter x Hunter, I do it like this. So basically you get full uncut reaction, and you get it whatever preferred way, whether if you don't mind downloading it, then you can have a full 1080p one. And then if you just want to stream it, Breach works pretty well, but it's not as good quality, so whatever is your preference. And like I said, if I've found a third site that works well for me, I might be using that as well, but at the moment I'm recording this, I've not decided on any third sites currently, so that is what it is. But yeah, that's just kind of how this works. So when I do my other Teen Titans reviews, I will do them with no face cam. Obviously the reactions are full face cam, of course, but for the reviews, I don't usually bother, but because this is the first one, just so, I don't know, it's just, for the first one, I might as well do it, I guess, is the best way to put it. But, Yeah, there really isn't a lot to say. The first episode was interesting. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was pretty good, though. We introduced the characters, obviously Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, and Cyborg. I definitely like Robin and Raven probably the most so far. I expect to also like Cyborg and Starfire a lot. Not sure on Beast Boy, but I'm assuming that I will like all of them a lot, really, by the end. But I don't... But if I had to predict my order of favorites, I think it's going to be Raven, then probably either Robin or Starfire, then the other, then probably Cyborg, then Beast Boy. I think that's the kind of the predictions I'm going into with, just based on what I know of the characters from comics, and I'm curious to see how they're portrayed. Deathstroke was in the first episode, seems to be under just the name Slade, which was very cool. I'm very excited for him. He seems to be the main villain of either Season 1 or the entire series. Very curious to see what they're going to do with Slade. I'm very excited for that. And there's not a whole lot else. Also, yeah, my lighting is usually better than this, but because this is just the review, I just have one light on instead of my normal setup with all three lights, and of course my camera's in a different position than my reaction position as well, because it's actually right in front of my monitor, and my monitor, I usually move it, and there's all this stuff that goes into it. But regardless, it's very exciting to get into this series. This is a series that I wanted to do for so long, and I go a bit more in detail about what I know about the series, which isn't a lot, but I go in more detail about what I know about Teen Titans in my proper reaction before I start the first episode. But yeah, so basically, if you're new to the channel, the way it works is I have 5 series that I consider my rotational series. At the current moment, it's ReZero, Teen Titans, Assassination Classroom, She-Ra, and Hunter x Hunter. And so basically, the videos always follow that rotation. So like, after ReZero is Teen Titans, after Teen Titans is Assassination Classroom, after Assassination Classroom is She-Ra, after She-Ra is Hunter x Hunter, and after Hunter x Hunter is ReZero, and that's where it loops around. So you can follow that. The only exceptions are the monthly movies I do. If I want to do a random, which I do polls for my monthly movies on Patreon if you want to vote for those polls. But there's the monthly movies, there's the Patreon monthly movies, there's a Patreon monthly movies, if I do some random videos occasionally, and then I am currently doing RWBY Volume 8, which I post every Saturday, so that's separate from the rotation, because the rotation, I don't use days of the week because I don't post necessarily every day, so it's just whenever I get to the stuff, but it's in that order that I said before, and obviously when I finish something or catch up to something, it rotates out and gets replaced by something else. It's pretty simple. The first, third, and fifth thing on the rotation are anime, and the second and fourth thing are Western animated stuff. And it doesn't come from Japan, obviously. So yeah, that's kind of the basic rundown of like what videos come when. So it's always like fair, basically, among the rotational shows. And then I usually my videos are almost always multiple episodes unless I'm keeping up to a show, or the only other time I tend to sometimes do one episode is in the first episode of a series, like this case here. Usually I react to multiple episodes in one video, so you guys should be excited for that if you are new to the channel. Like the next Teen Titans video will be multiple episodes, as will probably all of them besides this first one. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is a series that I've been wanting to do forever, and it's just something that for one reason or another just hasn't happened until now. And it's, it's the 45th series, which is insane that it's took that many series for me to finally get to Teen Titans and finally get to a comic-based cartoon. And there's a lot of other ones I want to do. I mean, just on the DC side, there's Young Justice, there's a more recent Harley Quinn show. There's a lot of DC-related cartoons just on there. Because I've barely seen any of the like comic-related cartoons. The two really good ones I've seen are Batman the Animated Series and Spectacular Spider-Man, which I think are both incredible. But I haven't really seen much else as far as animated series that are related to DC or Marvel Comics. So it'll be a lot of fun to do this series, because this is probably the most famous one ever, honestly. Although the other two I named are also really famous, I would argue Teen Titans is probably the most famous one ever. And so far, I'm already enjoying the show, but I imagine it's going to get much better, because while I did like the first episode, it didn't blow me away. Like, I wasn't completely like, holy shit, this show is fire as fuck. But I did see a lot of potential for it, and I really expect it to just be better and better the further we go. So that's pretty much it with Teen Titans. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it too, and I'm just really excited to finally jump into Teen Titans. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we got a lot of fun stuff going on, and I've just gotten ahead of my videos around the time I recorded this, so this should be a pretty consistent run on my channel, hopefully for the rest of 2020. I'm definitely looking forward to making progress in Teen Titans, as well as everything else, of course. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the about this one. So yeah, it was a fun episode. Like I said, though, of course, we met the main five. We also met Jinx, Gizmo, and Mammoth, and they seemed pretty cool. I would say in the order of Jinx 1, Mammoth 2, Gizmo 3, which is interesting, because I feel like tend to like a Gizmo type character more than the Mammoth type character, but I actually, at least from the first episode, preferred Mammoth to Gizmo, but definitely Jinx was my favorite out of those three. And of course, Deathstroke. Slade looked fucking awesome. Love his voice. I think you can already tell he's going to be such a good villain in this series, whether for season 1 or for the entire series. I really don't know which one. It's hard to tell this soon, but depending on how they build him through, like, if he's a constant in like basically every episode, then I'm going to think like, okay, it's going to be for season 1. But if he's more sporadic and he's like occasionally in the season, then I'm going to think he's more of like a series villain. But either way, I expect him to be some awesome sauce for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about the first episode of Teen Titans. Not a whole lot about the episode. It was a pretty basic. Oh, and the OP is fucking fire. The OP is incredible. I love the opening. Oh my god. I need to learn the opening. So yeah, I need to listen to the opening like 20 million times. So I should do that. But the OP is like the definition of like the peak early to mid 2000s Western cartoon OPs. Like, it's just absolutely fantastic. So that was a really fun thing. But I'm really excited to finally get into Teen Titans with pretty much no knowledge on the show. I have some base knowledge about the characters from random shit, random comic knowledge that I know, but as far as the actual Teen Titans show, I'm pretty much going into this about as blind as possible, because I really know nothing about the actual show itself. So it's going to be really fun. But anyways, that's about all I have to say, so I'll sign off here. Flaming Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I'll see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.